Happy lunch hour, guys. All right. So, while some of you are probably coming home and going to bed after your crazy midnight madness or whatever you want to call Black Friday shopping. Others of you probably starting to put up Christmas decorations, writing Christmas cards, wrapping presents, whatever it would be. Some of you just sitting on the couch relaxing after yesterday. It's funny because something kind of got slipped in real casual yesterday. Well, nobody was paying attention. Okay? So we were all cooking, eating turkey, talking with friends, family, watching what was going on with this whole ceasefire in the Middle East. Something else kind of went on that kind of slipped under the radar. So much so that pretty much the entire mainstream media, at least here in the United States, didn't bother to talk about. Yeah. So here it is. It's the end of November 2023, which means we're about 54 weeks from a election here in the United States. It's about that time to ramp up the playtime. Let's just use that. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you this. It's no secret, except for Joe lying himself, that this administration is complete, at least the administration at most, at least the Biden family is completely in bed with China. Okay, no problem. And we know that the Chinese have no problem whatsoever trying to manipulate other people, other countries to do their will. They've got a long history of it. They're proud of it. They talk about it all the time. Joe Biden, pretty easy to manipulate. Give him an ice cream cone and a coupon for Pampers, and he'll do whatever you want. Okay. So think about this. Going into next year, going into January when we start the primaries, do you think China's going to try to help Joe win? Because they know who is his opponent. Donald Trump is most certainly the Republican nominee. And China's got to look at this, go, let's see, from 2016 to 2020, we had to deal with the Trump administration. We didn't get along too well. And from 2020 to today, they're going, or 2021 to today, the Chinese look at Joe Biden and go, he basically bends over backwards to give us whatever we want. Who do we want to win this election? Joe Biden. Okay, no question. But the Chinese aren't stupid. Xi Jinping isn't stupid. They look at the overall atmosphere in the United States right now, and they all realize that Joe Biden has no chance of winning. Officially. Okay. Kind of like 2020. But so they need to do something to tip the scales, if you will, put their thumb on the scale. China's really good at that, okay? To bend people to their will. We've talked about how we'll give you a bunch of money and loans and everything like that. And then when the countries can't pay them, they're like, well, we'll take that piece of land and that coastline and that dock and et cetera, those natural resources. That's how you'll pay us back, okay? China operates like a loan shark, like the mafia does. Except I'll give you this. The mafia at least has a little bit of morality. China does not. So we go into 2024. And something that kind of got slipped under the radar yesterday was the latest pandemic. Oh, it's coming again, guys. Okay. And you know damn well, Biden administration, the DNC, and every Democrat out there is going, yep, this works for me. We'll do it again. Okay. Apparently, there is a mysterious pneumonia-like illness that is spreading through China like crazy. In Beijing and Liaoning, I don't speak Mandarin, so where school children are being hospitalized left and right for lung infections and pneumonia-like respiratory issues. The funny part is there's no symptoms. How convenient is that? You don't know if you have it. The only way you're going to know is if we test you and tell you you have it. There's no symptoms. Oh, okay. Gee, it's time for my kids to go to get their doctor's checkup before school starts in July, August. Oh, I'm sorry, your child has this pneumonia-like symptom or this pneumonia-like infection. We need to quarantine them. Oh, and by the way, you live in the household, we're going to need to quarantine you too in July or August. Is that 3 months before the election? Okay. So here comes the freak out of round 2. Remember, Bill Gates told us the next one will be worse. It's planned, right? Okay. That's why they call them a pandemic. It's funny that this was reported by a company called ProMed, who just so happens to be the same company that warned everybody in 2019 about what was going on in Wuhan. And nobody listened until they figured, hey, never let a crisis go to waste. Now, I'm not saying that this is any sort of guarantee, any sort of certainty, or anything like that. But the timing sure seems really, really suspicious. And yeah, people could say, well, it's wintertime and here comes the winter flu, which I agree with. Okay, that's pretty normal. But how is it all of a sudden, that it started in China again with as I explained earlier, the certain needs, wants, and desires that the Chinese have out of the United States. The desire to destroy our economy, the need to have a liberal POS in the White House who's hell-bent on destroying our economy. It all works in a plan for them. So, hey, it worked the first time. Let's see if we can get them to freak out so much that everybody will agree to drop boxes and mail-in ballots and social distancing and, oh, you can't go to the polls because you might get sick. So we're laying the groundwork right now in exactly the same scenario that it was laid in 2018 or 2019, I guess. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for this again? Are you ready for this again? Are you ready to be told, stay home, don't go to work, don't go shopping? That's coming. We all knew it. It's just now the first steps are being taken. So my question to you is this. They're going to have to go further than they did last time. It's not going to be suggested that you do things. It's going to be demanded that you do things. That you stay home. That you don't go to work. That you don't go to the store. That you don't go to the polls. You need to vote by mail. Yeah, I know there's a couple of states that do it. I lived in Utah and it was vote by mail. Still find it Stupid, but that's my opinion. So what happens if you can't go to the store next summer, or can't go get food, can't go to work? Do you have your savings to pay your bills? Because your bills are still due, guys. The electric company, the phone company, the gas company, the mortgage company, they don't care if you have a job or not. Okay, they're not going to go, oh, gee, you know what? The Biden economy, sucks. We'll let you pay your bills. Remember, they did that last time for renters, that renters couldn't be evicted. But did any companies come up and say, don't worry about paying your mortgage for 2 years? No, that didn't happen. You're not going that long without food. You're not going that long without water, electricity, gas, heat, whatever. Do you have those things prepared? Then the other part is, are you ready for the aftermath of next November? Because no matter how the election goes next year, there's going to be violence in the streets. Because if Trump wins, the left is going to go berserk. If Biden wins, everybody and their mother knows the fix is in. Okay. That's reality. Okay. As much as all the pundits and the Twitterati and YouTubers are telling you that, the election's close or whatever it is, it ain't close anywhere. Okay. The only way, it wasn't close in 2020. Simple as that. Tell me whatever you want. Come up with any unicorn fart excuse you got. Go watch the movie 2000 Mules. Okay. That'll tell you all you need to know. And every other bit of the mile-high stacks of paperwork proving what happened in 2020. You imagine what happens in 2024 if we have the same result. You go to bed at 11 o'clock going, okay, Trump won. You get up in the morning and go, huh? Well, yeah, at 3 o'clock in the morning in 7 different states, they found a bunch of ballots that were in suitcases under the table. Trust me. China's already setting the groundwork for this with this whole mysterious pneumonia, like I said, which has no symptoms. If it has no symptoms, how do you know if you have it? And when a doctor tells you, oh, you have it, gee, I don't know. How much credibility does the WHO, CDC, some medical professionals as a whole? I mean, come on. Dr. Fauci? Remind me again how good his credibility is. Who's going to be the next parrot that is going to come out, that is going to be given all their talking points from Joe Biden and Xi Jinping? We'll get another one. And then they'll scream at you that if you don't agree with them, you must be far right. We'll all be called Nazis and deplorables and insert word here, phobe, because we don't agree with the lies we're being told. It's not conspiracy theory. It's factual information. We understand it. We can put the puzzle pieces together. We can connect the dots. We know the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, not a pretzel all over the place like the media and the DNC try to convince us it is. Keep an eye on what's going on with China. The timing is eerily similar to what happened 3 years ago. Remember, it was right around December when the WuFlu all of a sudden made its voice known. Guess what? December's a week away.